Yo, what's going on, Mike? We were 35 seconds late, and I apologize to everybody. The fans should never have to wait. Boom. Look at that. You get a comment on the screen inside the first 10 seconds of the show, Big Ben. What's up? What's up, Megan? What's going on, everybody? We got a good show for you guys tonight. It's good to be back in the chair here, and we have two fighters lined up to come on tonight. One is a longtime UFC veteran, a Ultimate Fighter winner, a two-time title contender in the UFC, and now he's going to be making his debut in the BKFC shortly on the 27th of this month in Albuquerque. John, the Magician Dodson, will be on with us. And then after John Dodson, we got the brutal one himself, Jake Brutal Bostwick, who will be back in the BKFC arena when they make their debut in London, his hometown, London, on August 20th. He'll be fighting Chris Fishgold, not Chris Goldfish, for all you dyslexic motherfuckers out there. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's happening? I'm over here very excited about our guest tonight because we know that Bostwick is a fun dude. And then we have, for Mike and Mish first, a tough winner in the house.
Yeah. We've had tough competitors on the show before. We definitely we've had a lot of people that have competed on in the Ultimate Fighter house, actually.
Yeah.
But never won
on the same season.
Right. You know what? If you go right through that season right quick, John Dodson was on that season. Jimmy Rivera, Dustin Paige, Johnny Bedford, Marcus Brimage. Am I missing anybody? That's five. That's five right there that were all in season 14 of the Ultimate Fighter that have been on this show. That's fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
It is crazy. But we're waiting on John to get on here. In the meantime,
my God, look at that. As soon as you said it, it's like magic.
It's like
magic. You said it and boom, he appeared.
It's like magic. Just like that. We got our first guest of the evening. We're going to bring him right on. He's going to be making his debut against Ryan Benoit August 27th in Albuquerque, New Mexico, BKFC 28. The dude's a long-time UFC veteran, tough winner, and a badass motherfucker. Here he is, John, the Magician Dodson. What's up, brother?
What's up? How you guys doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Sorry, got mixed up right quick. How you guys doing?
We are good. Where are you at right now, John?
I'm actually currently at the gym right now. I just got done hitting mitts and I came straight in here to talk to you guys.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show. It's an honor to have you on here. We were just talking about tough season 14 and how we have now had, including yourself, 5.
Here,
you got
1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. I lost you guys.
You are the 5th competitor from season 14 that has been on this show now.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go. The 5th one, that means I'm going to be the only one that's going to be left standing exactly like all else required of season 14.
Nice. I like it. Well, and every single one of them have fought bare knuckle at this point, too. And one of them that you beat, Johnny Bedford, is the champion at 135.
Yep. And everyone keeps on always asking me the same question. Like, hey, have you talked to Johnny Bedford to see if you get some pro tips on this? So like, what he's going to tell me? Hey, John, please don't knock out to Ohio again. I mean, we already know how that clip went, how they ran it back. I'm making sure that I can go ahead and do what I can and destroy everybody that sets in front of me. I'm going back into the flyweight division, so I want everybody to know that I'm still a monster and a beast. Since Demetrius Johnson gave me such amazing praise, being the only dude second to Rotham, or actually I think I'm the first, who hit him the hardest and kept on continuously dropping him.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up because I wanted to ask you that. You won the Ultimate Fighter back in the day at bantamweight, but then you fought most of your career at flyweight, and then towards the end of your BKFC run, you went back to bantamweight. I remember you saying to Joe Rogan, I thought you said you cut from 160 down, right? Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
And that was a few years ago. You were saying that you feel more comfortable cutting down to 135 now. Now you're a couple years older. You're like me and Mike's age here, and you're feeling comfortable going back to 125. What made you make that decision?
Well, I was actually wanting to do that in the UFC. Like my last fight against Marab in the UFC, I was going to go ahead and actually compete at 125. But since when my teammates have got injured and had to pull out from the fight, they offered me that one and told me I would be secured to fight at 125 again so I can make a run at that title. And then I just got booted out of nowhere. I was my first fight on the contract, and I got to let go.
Crazy.
Kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's nuts. Now, man, let me ask you this, John. When you went with your brother to the tryouts for BKFC, correct?
Yes.
When you went to the tryouts with your brother, did you have any intention yourself fighting BKFC, or was it something that you kind of like was like, oh, you know what, maybe I want to do this shit too?
Well, it sparked my interest because my brother was so interested and adamant about it. Like, he really wanted to go ahead and do the BKFC. He's been training my whole fight career for MMA and boxing and jiu-jitsu. He's done everything with me, but he never liked the grappling and the wrestling exchanges. This coming into doing bare knuckle, this was more up his alley to where he can go ahead and be freely to go ahead and throw as many punches as he wants and be doing it with no gloves, essentially. He wanted to be able to do that in MMA, but he couldn't. So now he wants to make a tear and a run at this, because this caught his eye most efficiently at all. So for me, I came into this thinking like, you know what, maybe I'll do it. My brother got a contract, then it bailed on a couple of times, and I saw the opportunity to actually fight on the same card with my brother, and I'm jumping on it right now.
Nice, wow. Nice. Were you guys both fans of BKFC? Do you follow the sport? Do you watch all the fights?
My brother was following it more than I was, and then he kept continuously talking about it, and I had to run the numbers and make sure if I really want to do this, I got to be all in. I can't just sit there and say I'm gonna do it and then just train half-ass or like look into pretty much the ins and outs, part ways with it, you know. So I came in with the whole mindset that if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be a champion in the sport.
Love to hear it,
man. You got to be impressed with what they're doing as a sport. You know, it's only been around for 5 years now, and now you take a look at that BKFC roster. Besides yourself, you got Chad Mendez and Jimmy Rivera and Mike Perry and Paige Van Zandt. You know, you got a lot of people, really big names, well-established mixed martial artists that are making that venture over there. The transition into BKFC. Now, for anybody that doesn't know John's record is mind-blowing to me, because you are 22-13. You've had 35 pro fights, and you fought the best of the best of the best, but you have never been finished your entire career.
No, I haven't even been dropped down. I haven't been knocked down at all, if you actually look at it that way too. I never been knocked down. I've been hard to submit, hold down in any type of threatening positions, and I continuously keep on pushing forward and pressing the action.
It's extremely impressive. Now, man, getting in there, slinging bare hands, there is no grappling, there is no kicks, there is no elbows. All you got to worry about is that dirty boxing, the clinch work, which we know you're very good with.
The king of. Don't even say like, oh, no punch fight around. You can say, I am the king of that dirty boxing area. Every single time anybody came that clinch with me, they wanted to leave and escape because they couldn't deal with the amount of punches I was throwing. Look at Manny Gambir. He sat there and thought he was going to stay in that dirty boxing with me, and I finished him with 23 punches within 5 seconds.
Unbelievable.
When John Lineker was sitting there with me, changing blows with me in the pocket, he had to back up because he couldn't stay in that area with me. And the guy who was known for terrorizing people with their body shots, I delivered more to heavy body shots and wobbling that man from side to side. So everybody that they can throw at me who want to stand in front of me, they can't do it. I even turned Richard John into a striker, into a wrestler until I fight. And he ended up winning the title later down the road. So everybody that wants to stand and bang with me, who wants to engage in that contact, I'm always for it. And I never felt any real danger going against those other dudes. Now we get the opportunity for me to get cut, and I have to need to be focusing on being on my sharpest tool ever, because it's just going to be these knuckles coming at their face. I have to be on point and on guard and making sure I can deliver the finishing blows before they can even touch me.
Go ahead, Mike.
Are you training with some bare knuckle fighters? Like, I know you just said, like, people ask you, you're going to ask Johnny Bedford for tips, you know. Are you training with some people there? We know that Charissa Sagala is training out there right now. Do you know her?
Yeah, I've seen her out here, but I'm not really training with her because she's training with the other girls from Jackson Winks. And I'm actually going to be training with Taylor Starling so that we can go ahead and get some more pro tips in. If she's going to go out there and win this title, I want to be able to help out with it too. And not only that, she can give me the ins and outs. She's been coming in there with a phenomenal debut and continuously run the rising star of this BKFC. So I'm going to make sure I help out with her, my brother, Isaac Valley Flag, Donald Sanchez coming in with this as well. We're also going to be sitting there banging it out with the rest of them and doing like the best.
Man, I'll tell you right now, people in the comments are saying Dodson is all energy. Evan Zentar says Dodson's awesome, all energy. Even you talking is all energy. I'll tell you right now, everything you do is fast. Your hand speed's fast. Your footwork's fast. Anybody that's ever seen you in the MMA arena knows that you are the speediest, one of the fastest guys of all time, and you got power behind your hands. When you take a look at this flyweight division that you're about to step into, have you taken a good look at some of the fighters in there? And do you see any reason why you wouldn't fast track right to a title at 125 in the BKFC?
I already know that I am the best fighter in the world. At 125, nobody can touch me. The only man that I had lost to was Demetrius Johnson. So when we go in the back and looking at anybody that comes into this combat sports, I will continuously be bombing on everybody, putting the pressure on whoever steps in front of me and showing them why I'm the one that they need to continue to look at. Not anyone else. There's nobody in that division that's going to sit there and scare me. I am the one who's they're afraid of, and they should be thinking of me as the boogeyman.
Right now, there is currently no title at 125. You may be aware of that already. There was talks of a tournament going on. Has anybody mentioned a tournament to you?
They mentioned a tournament to me, but as soon as I get over with this fight, I need to go ahead and beat up Ryan Benoit to make sure that I can staple myself as the #1 contender for that title shot. I want nobody else to sit there and think that they're going to go ahead and sugarcoat it, putz around. If I can start Ryan Benoit in the first round, it's going to solidify the fact that I'm one of the most dangerous strikers and that I'm the guy that they need to look out for. I stepped in here and I proved to everybody why I'm one of the most dangerous people in the world. And I just, you know what I'm saying?
Now, Ryan, let's talk about Ryan Benoit for a second. He's also a UFC vet. He's are you familiar with Ryan Benoit?
Yeah, when he came on the scene, he came in and he was undefeated. He was an untouched kid who nobody even knew anything about him. And then he started coming into the UFC, and then he exited at 10-8. He had very ups and downs on his division, and plus a lot of his wins or losses are kind of questionable. They're pretty much like how mine were. Like he left it to the judges, and the judges saw it the other way. When some of those losses, I thought he won.
Yeah, I mean, you never want to leave it to the judges in any combat sport, but I'm going to tell you right now, and I don't think you plan on it anyway, but a lot of the judging just recently has been iffy at best with some of these BKFC fights, and I think it has to do with it being such a new sport, and a lot of these judges are like boxing judges or whatever. They don't really even understand what they're watching, to be honest with you, and then some of the scorecards are off the fucking wall. So do what you do. Go ahead and finish him early, like you say, and I think you'll be good to go, bro.
Yeah, I want to make sure I can touch him first and touch him last. I don't want to be anything in between.
Is your brother fighting in the same? What weight class is your brother fighting in?
He fights at 145. He's kind of chunkier and taller than me. I mean, he's my younger, bigger brother, but you know how it goes. You know, they get the cute, short genes for the older brother, and then they give that height to the younger brother. If y'all have any siblings, you guys should know how that goes.
Well, I'm the younger, chubbier brother. I'm the I'm the younger, thicker brother in my family too. So I know what he's feeling, man. I know. I'm not quite as tall though. You know what I mean?
Well, right now, my younger brother's actually hitting mitts right now. He's hitting with our coach, right? Juan Carlos is actually one of Miguel Cotto's training partners way back in the day. Sitting there making sure they go through and do everything else. Like he's making sure that he's improving our game as striking so that we can develop everything with our hand speed and make sure our boxing footwork is on point. It's no longer just MMA that we have to go ahead and continue to fast track our footwork abilities, but we need to translate it into a boxing realm, into a new realm of BKFC, because we need to be able to tie up with the clinch in and out and be more elusive than what we were before.
Man, when you're not training, when you really enjoy coaching, right? You do a lot of coaching.
Oh yeah, I love coaching because of the fact that I've been. So funny story. Greg hired me to be a wrestling coach way back when, in like 2002, when he picked me up at a Chuck E. Cheese. He's like, "Hey, can you go ahead and teach some of my classes?" And then kept on going through, and he kind of molded me to be his replacement. So then later down the road, when an opportunity for me to come into the UFC and try to actually make a career out of fighting, I took it. And then Greg kind of booted me from coaching. He's like, "Yeah, you know what? That's not what's going to help you." And to tell you the truth, I missed it so much that I had to go back to doing it, and I've had more success being a coach again and coaching young individuals, being my creative flow and let my mind go, and having these guys trying to bully me, pressure it in, and want to see greatness. So I wanted to show them that greatness.
John, I just read a comment. It's funny because you are a fast talker and you use a lot of big words. It says this boy's read a few dictionaries in his day. That's gotta be a compliment, right? I mean,
well, yeah, because I might have the answer to read that thesaurus one too many times because of the fact that I need to do it. They told me I need to learn how to be able to talk slower, and then everybody in the world will be able to understand me. Then I realized if that was the problem of me being heard and understood, it's just because I can't talk slow enough. That means they ain't listening to what I'm saying. So I just use different words so that I can help everybody kind of decipher everything that I'm saying.
Hey, when you look at the current UFC roster and you see the 125-pound division, you just saw Deiveson Figueiredo step into the ring after Moreno won the interim title the other day. Do you look at those two guys and be like, damn, man, I'd like to go back there and fucking scrap with both of these fellas?
I look at that division, I keep on wondering why they booted me in the first place. If they having those two fight again for the fourth time because they have no other contenders, why was I let go? Why wasn't I given the opportunity to go ahead and secure that title for myself? And I would have cleaned out the whole division. I wouldn't be waiting on the sideline telling everybody, oh, I have a big injury and I can't fight this dude because he said being racist. If he was being racist to me, I'd be cleaning his clock to show everybody he can't be that racist. If you want to be racist to me and sit there say some vulgar terms, I'm going to go ahead and beat that man with a brick over his head and then continuously do it by ramming my fist down his throat. And then to try to translate it into Spanish and be like, hey, ¿cómo estás? Do you understand me now? Don't say that. Boom. And then I don't know how to say it in Portuguese, but it's kind of going to be like, I'm going to hurt you.
I guess we got our answer there, man. That's awesome. Hey, they're making their way into Albuquerque. That's your hometown, right?
Yeah, I'm
born and raised in Albuquerque. That's pretty cool that this a new sport is venturing their way into your city, right? And you get to be on the first one.
It's amazing the fact that BKFC is coming through out here, and combat sports isn't anything new to New Mexico. New Mexico has had a bunch of combat champions, whether it be boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo, wrestling, judo. We have them all. Everybody just keeps on forgetting about us and keep on sleeping about us because of the fact that we are just a fight town. This is a fight city that nobody wants to go and say the wrong thing because you have to knuckle up. And everyone keeps on continuing to ask me, hey, when's the last time you got into on that bare knuckle fight? I'm like, oh, every time I go downtown, everybody wants to say something. They want to pop out with the mouth, and I'll pop it out with my fist.
Albuquerque's just one big.
You talk shit, you get hit.
Albuquerque's just one big cauliflower ear, right?
Well, it's just a hot mess.
Hey, man. Before we wrap things up with you, we like to keep these. We don't want to spend too much of your time. You're at the gym right now, but I have to ask you this question. You're 37 years old right now, right?
Yep.
Well, you're familiar with yeah. All right. Well, Mike's 39. I'm 40. So we're all kind of from the same era.
Yep.
Are you familiar with the movie Roadhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. What do you think about the news today about remaking Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor? What do you think of this?
You know what? More power to Conor because of the fact that he's gonna have to work on an English accent really quick. And I'm not talking like English. I'm talking like American English. Like he's gonna have to find one that's not gonna have that, this Lucky Charms type of voice.
Well, I got an opinion on this, and Mike, I don't know what your opinion on is. You can share it afterwards, but I happen to love that era of movies because I was a young kid watching those movies, and I think it's fucking ridiculous that they're remaking this goddamn movie, especially because one, Jake Gyllenhaal is no Patrick Swayze.
Hold on.
What's that?
Wait a minute. You're more pissed off about this movie being remade after every single one of them that got made, like G.I. Joe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, every single goddamn movie with Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, everything that's going on. Besides the X-Men, come on. Don't be lying to me. There's a whole lot of movies that they fucking up.
They are fucking up a lot of movies.
Those are all comic book movies, and I think you could continue remaking comic book movies. I love those movies, John. I love those movies.
They fucking Dirty Dancing. Don't be talking shit.
I'm just saying. Some movies are unnecessarily remade, and that one, especially after they made Point Break, they don't need to make another Swayze movie, and especially to shoehorn fucking Conor McGregor in there for whatever role he's playing.
I think they could probably make a better movie kind of like that movie, but just keep Conor McGregor. He doesn't have to get an American accent. You know what I mean? He can just use his Irish accent and just beat the shit out of people. He can be that one dude, you know?
They're making a whole new version of it. Just be like Roadhouse with twists or Roadhouse with a different type of thing. Because it could still be the Roadhouse like bar. Just change it up the characters, change up the atmosphere. Don't try to remake the same story because everyone loves it.
If that's what they're doing, that's cool. If it's like a new generation running the double deuce and all that shit, because remember they were gonna remake it with Ronda Rousey a few years back, and they scrapped that idea. I'm glad.
I saw that. I was like laughing. I was like, why are you gonna have a chick running the bar? I mean, no offense, women are empowering and they love to go ahead and have equal rights and everything, but she's no Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. You think they're gonna have
monster in the WWE going out there breaking arms, snatching necks and stuff, but it's like they messed up. If they wanted to go ahead and just ruin things, like don't just change the main character for no reason.
Yeah. See, I knew
story like, hey, yeah, that was his daughter. If that was the case, boom, hell yeah. That wasn't his daughter, then no.
Nope.
Yes. Yep. I agree.
I knew you'd have an opinion on that. That was a good conversation. Now, before we wrap this thing up, man, everybody make sure you go on the BKFC app. Do you have a referral code in your Instagram or anything like that yet?
They didn't give me a referral code. If you guys want to go just see me knock somebody out, just go out there, go do it. I just want you guys to go out there and support me, knowing the fact that I'm going to be a living legend. I'm going to go out there this year in BKFC, and then what other organization that wants to bring me in just so they want to watch me knock somebody's heads off. And I'll be just let you guys see the whole aftermath of it, and then you guys can tune into it on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or just hit me up and we can just talk right now. It's all down below, and then tell everybody, man, I love you guys. You guys are the reason why I love fighting, because I just love entertaining people, and this is not entertaining enough.
Oh man, you are an entertainer for sure. Now we're gonna speed round you real quick, and then we're gonna let you go. Right? These questions have nothing to do with fighting. Here we go. Speed round with the magician. Number one, what's a movie you've seen 100 times but it never gets old for you?
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon. Nice. Number two.
What's a cartoon theme song you can sing every word to?
Oh, Kids Next Door.
Can you sing it right now?
No.
Number three, you're the magician. What's your best magic trick?
Making people go to sleep.
Number four.
If you could live your life in a video game, what game are you choosing?
I'll be playing Paragon. I'll be sitting in that game every day now. I know a lot of people don't remember the game Paragon, but right now they got revamped its predecessor. That's actually where my youngest daughter's name came from, because I was the number one player as Aurora.
Whoa. There you go. Man, these got quick answers here.
Yeah.
And the last one for you. If you were going to play somebody in a biopic film, who would you play? And it can't be yourself.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Fucking
That's
fantastic.
a good one. That's a really good one.
I had one. I had one for you. And I don't know.
Wesley Snipes?
No. Can you play basketball?
Play who?
Muggsy Bogues.
Oh, you know what? Actually, no, if they let me play Spud Webb, I'd be dunking.
Spud Webb, dude. Look for that movie, people.
Dunk contest.
John Dodson is Spud Webb.
All right, man. Well,
Muggsy Bogues and Spud Webb. Those were like my two idols, because I always play basketball, and like my family's like giants. Like my uncle's 6'2", my cousin 6'4", my baby cousin is 6'8" and a half. Like,
oh shit!
And
I'm the one.
You're the one.
But you just knock everyone out. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, I pick them up all the time. They're like, it's not fair because you know how to fight. It's like, it's not fair because you have to reach for stuff off the top shelf. How do you think I'm grabbing them? I'm picking you up to go get it for me. Complaining.
Oh man, that's awesome. Awesome, man. Good stuff, John. We can't wait to see you make your debut in the BKFC, a new venture in your combat sports career. Best of luck for you on August 27th. I don't think you need it. It's your hometown. You're geared up and ready to go. Do you have any final words before you get out of here?
Nothing. I got nothing to say to everybody. Just let you guys know. Besides one thing, follow my brother Thuggy Bear. He's coming on this to this great BKFC. He's gonna fight before me. I'm gonna corner him. As soon as he gets a knockout, I gotta beat that time because we got to bet.
Has your brother been getting on shows and doing interviews and stuff?
I have no idea. I've been trying to get him to do more interviews because of the fact that he needs to hype himself up. Besides me being all sexy and handsome and everything like myself, I need to tell him to do it himself because women always think that he's better looking, so he needs to go out there and show that good looks and out there. And,
There you go.
you know.
Well, hit us up. We'll get your brother on here, and we'll talk with him too. But
For
thank
sure.
you. Yeah, thank you very much for coming on. And Mike, you got anything else for the magician?
No, man. Definitely have your brother hit us up. We'll get him on before he fights, and we'll
see
probably
you
see
there.
you in person because we should be there.
For sure, man. Thanks.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Thank you very much. See you.
Peace.
Later.
All right. There he is. That was John All Energy Dodson. That
Yeah.
dude,
Full energy.
super. Dude, that was a fun conversation. It's hard to keep up with him, man. He's fucking.
Yep.
And
he
it's
is
just
quick.
like that. If you guys ever seen, everybody's seen him in the UFC, dude. He's always moving all over the. He's fucking all over the ring, man.
When he won the tough season, and they gave him like I think they gave him the plaque, and he's dancing. He did this crazy dance. That shit was funny as hell,
dude. And for those, we didn't really talk about it too much. For those that are not remembering or familiar, we named all those people that were in that season, but he knocked out Johnny Bedford and TJ Dillashaw to win that tough.
Yeah.
He won the Ultimate Fighter in his final 2 fights. He had to fight 5 times. He fought 5 times, won all 5 of them, and his last 2 were knockouts, and they were on Johnny Bedford and freaking TJ Dillashaw. That's a impressive resume right there. And what a speed round with that guy. Could we have possibly got a speedier speed round with that dude? Anyways, man, we got our second. Make sure you guys are sharing this thing up and encouraging your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would really appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and bring in our second guest of the evening. He is going to be fighting sooner than Mr. Dodson. August 20th in London. This guy is stepping back into the BKFC ring. He's going to be fighting Chris Fishgold, and he is the brutal one out of Florida, Brutal Bostwick. What's up, dude?
What's happening, fellas?
Oh, there he is, man. Mr. Bostwick. What's
Everything
going
good?
on, man? How you been?
Yeah, no, I've been well, mate. Everything's good. Can't complain, you know. Just training, being a beast. You know,
When are you not?
every day.
Yeah, when are you not training? When are you not training? You're always training.
Honestly, brother, like I've trained already twice today. What's the time? It's like, I'm 30 now. Obviously, after this, I'm probably going to go shadow a little bit over at the tennis courts, just to get a little bit of an extra work. I'm just been working some really interesting stuff, really good stuff. And just, you know, drill, son, and just try and put it to work, you know?
Yeah, man. It's exciting to see you back in there. Your last 2 fights have been against 2 of the best in the division. You most recently fought the guy who now holds the title at the 175-pound division, Francisco Ricci. We saw you down at Hollywood Hard Rock when Francisco won the title, and we said hello to you, but we didn't really get to talk to you.
Yeah. Okay. How we doing? Actually, no, I think I do remember seeing you. I think you did mention. Actually, yes, I do.
We did. We ran into you. We said, "What's up?" It was like real brief. I don't know if you.
It
was
quick,
hectic.
But I think I do remember you saying, because I came on here one time before, no?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was on here before. Yeah, that was one, and you mentioned about it. So yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: What'd you think about that Francisco
Ricci
Ricci versus Yuli Diaz fight? What'd you think about that thing?
Ricci obviously super tall with that range, and he just utilized that jab and done his best to stay long. See, Yuli was struggling to work really to get onto the inside. With Ricci, you got to be super explosive. And that showed obviously when I fought him, the in and out motion or whatever. And obviously Yuli got caught early, and that sucked. But I would like to have seen more of a fight, but it happens. Me and Ricci had a solid fight where we did have a real solid fight, and then obviously for him to get the belt, and I was like, damn, like it was just like that big cut just off his jab or whatever. It sucked for Yuli, obviously, and but yeah, no, shit happens, mate. I had a great
Yeah.
fight with him, and I learned a lot in that fight as well. So, yeah, hats off to Richie at the end of the day, mate. Like, he's tough. I dropped his ass. I rocked him maybe 6 or 7 times in that fight, and he still stood there. He still was putting his work together. So, no, hats off to him. He was a super respectful gentleman. There was no beef, and yeah, no, we had a great tear up. It's good.
Yeah. Now let's talk about your next opponent. I was looking into your next opponent because I was familiar with him because he fought a few times in the UFC, but I didn't know about his whole career prior to the UFC. This dude has an extremely impressive resume. He was like 16 or 17-1 with Cage Warriors. He was a Cage Warriors lightweight champion. Defended it a few times. He was like 17-1 or something like that before he went to the UFC.
Mhm.
What I was wondering is he fought his entire career at 145 and 155.
Mhm.
Now he's fighting you at 175, right?
That's correct.
Do you think that's are you familiar with him, or do you know him? Are you
Yeah,
friends with him?
I know Fish Gold. I've definitely done my searching and my studying on him for sure. Yeah, no, he's a short, compact guy, throws bombs. Since I feel he's probably like left with the MMA side of things or the UFC or whatever, since that, I think he just, started lifting a bit more, beefed up a little bit, and just, started working his hands and things. Obviously, that's the route that he obviously is choosing to go. The same as pretty much myself. I had 30 MMA fights before I was like, man, I want to try boxing, just work my boxing. So for him, I feel it's kind of the same thing. Obviously, yeah, he used to have crazy weight cuts to 45 and 55. I'm super sure that he had big cuts. So for him to be fine at 75, he'll probably have to cut like a little bit, maybe not even too much. I'm going to have a size advantage on him, obviously, and a range advantage. The first time in my career of 40 professional fights that someone's actually shorter than me. Like, yo,
Nah,
like
man.
what?
Yeah,
I'll
that's
go from a
crazy.
6'4" dude to someone who's like 5'6", 5'7".
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
What I was gonna say is, like, he spent his entire career cutting down to 155 or 145. So he's fighting guys that are, that walk around 175, 180, probably 185 tops.
Yeah.
You are used to fighting against guys who cut from like 210 down to 175, right? Some monsters, and probably yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
Probably cut from, what do you walk around, 2 something, like 2?
Yeah, I walk around at 200, 205,
Right.
like tops now. It used to be like 220, mate, 230. I've been 240,
I feel like, I feel like the power difference, power difference between you and his previous opponents is going to be pretty different once he gets in there.
I agree. I do agree. At the end of the day, I'm not taking him lightly whatsoever. The dude is absolutely game as fudge, and he's going to come guns blazing for sure. I'm ready to eat a shot, to give a shot, and obviously he's going to be bringing his best, and obviously likewise. But yeah, I feel for sure I'm going to have a size advantage. And again, it's weird to even say it because I've never said that. But yeah, hats off to him, bro. Like, at the end of the day, he's game. Like, he doesn't care about the size. He thinks he's going to come in and try and just put one on my chin. It's not obviously going to go like that. Obviously, we're going to have a fight, and I'm ready to put one on his chin also. But there's been no love loss or anything. It's been straight, no communication whatsoever, obviously, between us. But we're just both game, and we both want to have a good fight and put on an absolute display at Wembley Arena. Like, that's so awesome. And back in my hometown, So, yeah, that's going to be super cool, mate. But no, hats off to him. Like, yeah, with the size advantage and stuff, of course. But I'm sure he's in the gym sparring beasts and stuff anyway. So It won't be nothing new for him.
What does it mean to you to be going back to your hometown and fighting, putting on a great display for the crowd, but you're also making history with the BKFC?
It's amazing considering I fought back at on Cage Rage back in the day when I was like 18 or 19 at Wembley Arena, and it was an awesome platform, awesome arena, and to be there in front of all my people that have been supporting me and following me for years, You know, I know a lot of people in the UK, and a lot of people know me, and it's awesome. You know, so I'm hoping that it's gonna, the crowd's gonna be crazy, mate.
I was
The
just going to
crowd's
say, what do you think it is about the crowds? Because there is no crowds like the crowds in the UK or in
crazy, and
Ireland. Even when Ireland comes here, like it's insane.
they're
It's
still gonna take
nothing.
over.
America cannot even contest with the fans.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, bro, I don't even know what it is. We just super rowdy, the same as we are at like football games, like soccer games to you guys, obviously, but like football games, things like that. Yeah, you know, everyone has a couple beers, and then everyone gets leery, and everyone starts shouting, and then everyone's just shouting off of everyone,
Singing.
and just singing and chanting, and yeah, that kind of energy is so electric, mate. It really is like, no, it's super, yeah, super fiery, you know, and yeah, it's gonna be amazing to be back home. All my friends, family, everyone there, you know.
And
My girl's going to be flying out. One of my boys is flying out from over here. And yeah, it's going to be that's going to be a hell of a time, mate. I'm super excited.
And they have not held back when they were building this card, man. They built a super card for their first fight, for their first show out in London, with, you know, very familiar guys like yourself and Tyler Goodjohn and you guys that are established on the BKFC roster, but they're also bringing in MVP. Mike Perry only has one fight in the BKFC, but his second fight is going to be in the main event against MVP in London. You got Paige Van Zandt on there. You got Mick Terrell, Connor Turney. It's like Joe Elmore, like unbelievable card that they're putting on for the people at Wembley Arena.
Absolute display for the UK fans, mate.
Yeah, it's really
Go
wild.
big or go home.
You ain't kidding, man. I swear to God, I've said it a bunch of times. This is one of the most impressive cards, if not the most impressive card that they've ever put together. Just those top 6 fights alone from the main event down. I can be honest and tell you that the guys in the lower card, I don't know them very well, but I'm sure that they're familiar to the area, and a lot of people are going to know them there at the arena. So I'm sure the crowd will be going crazy for them too. But, you know, for all the well-known fighters, this is one to seriously tune into for sure.
Yeah, no, there's a good selection of local guys on that fight card. Obviously, including myself, Miami based, but still from the old SE3. Gibrook, what? And yeah, bro, it's gonna be mate. Yeah, a bunch of local people. That place is gonna be absolutely rampacked. It's gonna be amazing.
You know, earlier you had said in 40 fights in your career, 40 pro fight. A lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people are very familiar with your background. Like you had a very long, successful MMA career before venturing into the bare knuckle world. You've been fighting since as a pro since what, 2006, 2005, 6, something like that?
I was 16. I used to change my year of birth for the contracts because I had like 5 fights underage. But my debut, I was 16, yeah. And now I think back, it's crazy. I was 16. I was at school doing my exams, and the guy was fighting was 6'4". He was 24 years old. He was coming off of a win. I was just in there as like a B-side just to go and get beat. That's what I feel anyway. So whatever, I got an opportunity to fight. I was getting $100. Yeah. I didn't even charge my friends for the tickets. It was like $25 a ticket, but I was only charging them $20. So I didn't want to make the $5 from them, or pounds. And yeah, so I made £100, and you could head stomp a grounded opponent as well.
Shit.
Yeah, and I was a
Different
child,
times,
man. I was an absolute child. Like that's
So you run
crazy,
into school.
bro.
You just run into school,
I
and you're like, "Hey
legit.
guys, come,
So
bring it in. I'm gonna fight this
scored
dude."
I scored a 9-second KO that evening, and
Nice.
it was just so like effortless, and I didn't even really know what to expect. It was like, I don't know, but it just set me off obviously to fight the rest of my life. And yeah, I was legit. I went into school. I had a green hoodie on that said Cage Rage, and I was like, yo, and I was like, I had my phone, and I was like, yo, check this video. I was like, I knocked someone out on the weekend. Like, yo, what the?
Does that have an automatic effect in your school where either A, everyone wants to fight you, or B, no one wants to fight you? I mean, you gotta have like that.
I had a bunch of beef at school. Where I ain't gonna lie, I was always in like little bits of trouble. Not necessarily even my fault, but I was always fine with kids, and there's always kids older. Like if I saw bullying, like I step in on situations for people I didn't even know, just because I was like, I just didn't like it or whatnot.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I was never a bully in that aspect, but I got into a bunch of little mishaps for sure. But then when I started actually fighting and people actually knew and like see me fighting, yeah, I didn't really get much trouble.
So I did have a question that I wanted to ask you, but I think I got the answer already out of what you were just saying. So when you started your MMA career, you won a couple, but then you had like a 2-year stretch where you were losing fights like crazy, right? But then something changed and you won like 16 in a row, or like 16 out of 17
it was like
fights.
16 out of 15 or something.
I was gonna say what changed in your life, but you just answered it. You were only fucking 16 when you started, and when you started winning, you were about 18. So it's like you were becoming more of a full-grown man. You started knocking everybody out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Honestly, like I even think back now at them times, and like I took fighting serious, but like I could just fight. Like I was just one of them guys that could just fight. I just was down to scrap. You know, I used to work the doors and I was bouncing and whatever. So I was just working and doing stuff. I'd train and I'd take training serious, but like diet wouldn't always be serious, and like I wouldn't really take training and that so serious. You know, when I think how hard and what I work now compared to then, I'm like, yeah, I was a lazy ass, you know. But I don't even really know, mate. I don't know. I think I did. I just started to take things a little bit more serious, dial it in. You know, my dad was always on me. You know, you train today, what you done, like blah blah blah. And yeah, I sort of had a turning point. I think I was working, just trying to make money and do dumb shit, and then I was just like, yeah, man, I just want to be in the gym.
Yeah,
And then and then I turned around, and then that first win back was obviously the start of it all. And I swear to God, that night I went to that fight, I was even talking to my dad. I was like, listen, if I don't win this fight tonight, seriously, I'm gonna take up a different career. I remember saying that.
Wow.
I remember saying that to my dad, and I
you
was
were
like,
dead set.
I was that set. I was like, you know, I've had 7 losses or something in the spin. It's like, yo, that's crazy, bruv.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so much better. And it's annoying because like I know I'm so much better than that. The only time I'm losing or have lost is because I feel like I've lost to myself. It's just me. Like I'm an amazing athlete. You know, fuck me, mate. I can fight. Like I can fight. I can move. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's just like over the years I've had a couple obviously I've had losses, like got knocked out, things like that, whatever. And like I don't know, just been trying to put it all back together again. But like I understand it, like I get it. I completely went off context. I can't remember where I was going with that.
No. That's cool, man. Like your record.
Oh yeah, where the turning point, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was super impressive. Like
so I scored a 32 second knockout or something, right? TKO.
Yeah,
and I remember
it was just like win all the way up after that.
But when I got that first dub back, bruv, it felt so good.
It was a life changer.
Bro, it felt
like
so
literally.
Good.
It was literally a life changer for you because you were about to go be a plumber.
I feel I probably would have just gone, I'm done. Maybe gone back to rugby or something. Because I'm fast, man. I'm a great rugby player. But yeah, I chose fighting. So yeah, this has been my life for 17 years, brother. 17 years. I'm 32. It's crazy, mate. Yeah, no. I think about it sometimes, brother. It's mental. Like the gyms I've trained at, the places I've been, the fight stadiums I've been to, gone to China, fought in Macedonia, TV reality shows, like sparring all over with fucking names, bruv, like big hitters, like people that really bang. Like I've had wars with so many people in gyms. I was thinking about all this today actually, mate, and it was just like, man, I've earned my stripes for sure. You know, like I know what I'm about, you know. I'm so excited for August, mate. Well, the 20th. We're already in August. Man, Wembley is popping off, son. It's going to be so fun.
Shit, yeah. I wish I could be there for sure.
Oh, man, that shit's going to be crazy. It's going to be mental, mate.
What are you looking forward to the most outside of your fight being there?
Outside of my fight, going around London with my girl. Getting some quality time with my mum, my dad. seeing like some old friends and stuff that I haven't seen. I've got to see a
They
couple
live over
family.
there?
Yeah, they're over there. Yeah, I've got to see a few family members, like my grandpa, like my granddad. You know, he's you know, he's getting on. He's a little bit older and stuff, and obviously I've not been home in over 3 years. So yeah, I've got some catching up to do, some family members and stuff. So yeah, the food, of course, can't wait to smash up a curry, eat Nando's, pie and mash with some liquor.
Nice.
Yeah, put salad cream on everything. For anyone that's listening and you're English, you understand. Yeah, mate.
Is your family near the area where Wembley is, or is it
Yeah,
a couple hour
Wembley's not too
drive?
far from me. It's maybe like 30, 40 minutes, maybe on a train or
wow.
something, on the underground or something like that. It's nothing. It's been 30, 40 minutes, nothing. But yeah, so yeah, it's super local, super local. Yeah, bro, it's gonna be so fun.
Do you know if Fish Gold is local to where, like, are you guys from the same area?
No, he's a little bit more north from me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Liverpool. I think he's from Liverpool.
Okay. Does that
If
mean
I'm
he's
wrong,
a
I'm wrong.
Scouser?
I'm
Does that mean
sorry.
does that mean he's a
Scouser.
Scouser?
A Scouser. I don't know. As far as I'm aware, was he Welsh and is up
Oh, really?
in Liverpool? I'm not even too sure. Like, no disrespect, mate. I'm not even trying to disrespect your brother, but I'm not even too sure. But yeah, no, he's a little bit more north, and they're a rowdy crowd as well. So he's gonna have a bunch of people there making a bunch of noise as well. It's gonna be electric.
You got a question right here from Chevy Bridges. Says best English meal to eat home cooked. What is it?
Oh, home cooked meal at home. My mum's. Oh, I'll probably say shepherd's pie. Or my mum's lasagna. My mum's lasagna is banging. Love my mum's lasagna. No, but maybe a shepherd's pie. She makes a good roast. A Sunday roast is fire as well.
You're gonna have to call her up, start planning that shit. Be
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm gonna need this.
It's already done, mate. That's already taken care of.
You
We're
got
gonna bake cakes
map
and
out
do
the
some
menu
shit.
for the week.
Yeah, no, we used to do that back in the day, like make cakes and like make stuff. Like I enjoy that kind of quality time, you know. So yeah, we'll make some fairy cakes and some bullshit, you know. We'll do that.
Oh, Ryan Perez says that you put him on to peanut butter and jelly cheeseburgers.
Oh, come on, son. You already know. Of course I did. Yeah, that's the way forward. It really is. P&J in a burger with an egg in it, some bacon
I've seen
in it,
that on a menu
and
before,
cheese in
and I
it.
was like,
Yeah, of
oh.
course. And it's like people are so like, what by it? But like, yo, it makes so much sense. You got sweet and savory, so it's just sweety salt. Like you eat cheese and crackers with some jam or whatever, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, put in sauces like whatever with meat. It's just all the same in a big ass thing, you know.
I've tried peanut butter and jelly wings before, and I remember like it was a wing night at some place in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, and they had all these different flavors. We were like, "Fuck it, get them all!" And then there was peanut butter and jelly, and they were awesome. I was like, "These are fucking great."
Gas, right? Yo,
yeah.
Listen, there's a food spot that's like a little truck that's actually local to my gym, and it's like a brewery spot, and they got like a little truck outside, and they make the best pork tacos, and they also have peanut butter and jelly wings, and yeah, they're fire.
What is it about trucks that good food comes out of? I don't understand.
Well,
I can never figure it out.
That. I want to, brother. I've always said it. I'm like, yo, I love food. I'm a food fanatic. I watch so much food programs, and you know, I just love food. But like, yo, I think I'd love to serve up out of a solid food truck with some proper quality food. And I don't know why. It's just always so much love goes into such small little items because there's only selected on the truck, and good quality goes in, I suppose, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, it gets passed along generation to generation too. Stuff gets passed along generation to generation. Like,
of course.
I make breakfast sandwiches in my house, right? And now that you mention it, the jelly and that makes sense to me because my dad, I grew up on bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches with grape jelly on the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. My dad would make bacon, egg, and cheese. He would butter the roll, grill the roll flat, and then put jelly on it. Bacon, egg, and cheese, and I make those now for my family, and my wife swears it's the best sandwich she's ever eaten in her life. I'm like, my old man used to do that shit for me, and I tell you, it's the best thing ever.
Sounds delicious.
Listen
That's
to us
crazy.
talking food over here. You're 20 days out from like, are you
Exactly.
weight cutting?
That's what I'm talking about. Food.
We're
Fucking
talking
sweating just
food.
thinking about it.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I'm looking
Well,
forward to loading up and having some quality food after. For sure.
man, are you still like are you still training people as well as doing a fight camp? I know that you were like training a lot of people. You were a personal trainer.
No, I've been coaching and stuff. Recently I haven't been. I've just been focusing on myself, just really, just trying to stay channeled in, save even taking the extra damage right now, like holding pads and whatever. Like it's still taxing. It's still, can play a role. Some people don't want to hit hard or whatever, even if you are just holding mitts. But there's other stuff you can do, of course. But I have just honestly just been focusing on the fight. I just, I've got 18 days, 19 days. And I'm just like 18 days, 17 days, 17. And I'm just like, I'm just like focused on that, I've got a couple of things like I've got to take care of this week and like the beginning of next week, other bits of just headache. And then it's just like, free fall to the Sunday. I get to the UK on the 15th on that Monday. And then, bro, fight week.
It's fight week. Oof.
Yeah,
man. Hey, before we do our last thing with you, before we let you go, you had sparred with Jake Paul in the past. Remember I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
Now, what's your take on this whole Jake Paul, Hasim Rahman Jr. debacle that has gone on with those guys? Do you have an opinion on that?
My honest opinion is that at the end of the day, what's the other dude's name?
Hasim Rahman.
Hasim
Rahman. Remember, Rahman was he was a heavyweight. I don't know if he was ever a heavyweight champion, but he was a top contender back in the day.
Yeah. And that's the son, right?
Yeah, and it's his son. Yeah, it's Rahman Jr.
So Hasim.
Yeah, Hasim Rahman Jr.
Hasim. So yeah, honestly, with Hasim, he signed a contract at a specific weight. He knew what he had to do to get his weight down. He chose not to get his weight down for whatever reason. At the end of the day, if you accept in that fight, like, because I've missed weight in my time, but like back in the day when I was an idiot, not on a platform like that where you're going to go and make millions and like it's a serious fight. Like at the end of the day,
right?
Like I don't know the full ins and outs. I'm not in his fight camp to know anything about this dude. I don't know him. But at the end of the day, if you had a contracted fight and you had to get your weight down, like, you're a heavyweight dude, you've definitely got weight to lose. Like, just lower your numbers and like run a bit more, mate. It's not. I don't know. I don't think that it's rocket science. Like you really got to switch on and pull a few pounds. Just pull a few pounds, and he didn't. And then he was trying to then make it heavier and whatever, and it was just like that's not fair. Like that's not fair. Like so, I think Jake got absolutely fucked. Honestly, mate.
I feel like Rahman basically blew a giant payday. This is what it comes down. He blew
payday opportunity. If he truly believed he was going to beat Jake Paul, then cool. Yeah. Like show everyone.
Now he's the guy that stopped the Jake Paul hype train. You know what I mean? Or if it's a train at all,
like you can see it in so many different ways.
It could have been huge for him.
It could have been career changing for money wise as well. Like,
yeah, it's wild. It's a wild situation.
No idea, mate.
It is crazy. It's kind of like both guys got different sides to the story and whatnot. So it's just like it was just a weird thing, especially because they had to scrap the entire card. Which affects everybody on the card. Amanda Serrano was fighting on that card.
That's true. That is very true.
So like all the other fighters that were on that card gonna collect a paycheck are not fighting anymore, and it kind of fucking sucks for everybody. So
that really does suck. That really that does suck. There's people on there that would have been like, again, what an opportunity for them, and they just missed out on it as well because this dude was lost it. Bro, how the fuck do you lose 1 pound in 3 weeks, mate? And you're a heavyweight, okay? Like, bro, you theoretically you can drop a pound like
tonight
sleeping in like 2 days, bro. In actual fact, you can really work your numbers, train a certain amount, do whatever, and be able to burn almost a pound of fat like between 2 and 3 days.
It is crazy.
You know, so I don't know. I'm confused.
It's a mystery, is what it is.
No, I wanted to see what your opinion was because one, you trained with Jake in the past, and two, you are a personal trainer and a fitness guy, and it's like that is your life. So yeah, I wanted to see what your thoughts were on that. But anyways, everybody, make sure you're tuning in August 20th when BKFC touches down and plants their flag in London, England at the Wembley Arena when this dude fights Chris Fishgold, along with all the other huge fights. It's unbelievable. We're going to speed round you real quick, and then we're going to get you out of here, buddy.
Shit, I don't think good like that.
No, you're good. Like, you're good. Bad. You're good. Listen, here we go. If you had access to a time machine, Jake, that only goes backwards, when in history are you going to travel to?
Caveman times.
Caveman times. There you go. That's going way back. You're going to club somebody.
I want to see these fucking dinosaurs, mate. So bad.
Dude, that's awesome. That's a great answer.
So bad, bro.
In club somebody.
Seen the size of the whales and shit. Like, yo, they're massive. Imagine seeing the monsters.
Fucking Brontosaurus.
See that shit.
All right. No, it's
so yeah. That I'll choose that maybe.
What's the craziest street fight you've ever been in? Without incriminating yourself, of course.
No, craziest street fight. Wow, I have to think a little bit because there's so many. The craziest and the most fun, and the one I talk about the most was outside a pub. There was 5 of us, and there was 5 of them. It was my boy Jason Young, Mark Smith, a couple other fellas. And long story short, we started the fight. The fight started inside. We went outside. Me and the guy was fighting. I hit one fella, my boy, Jason Young, his name is. He fought in the UFC. He fought Dustin Poirier back in the day. Yeah, so Jason Young, shout out. What? Never forget this moment, son. And he was in this club, in a pub, sorry, like at 7 o'clock in the evening, throwing punches on this big dude, like must have been, I don't know, 250 to 300 pounds. He's like, throwing all these punches. Nothing was happening. I come over behind Jason, bang, and I drop it. He used to fight at 45. So obviously he was pitter-pattering him, and I just come through, bang, dropped him. So let's go outside. We'll go outside. Same thing. Having again outside. Jason was hitting this one dude. Bang! I dropped him, and he goes, "Jake, stop knocking." So he's like, "Stop knocking my guys out." I swear to God, right? So whatever. It was all fine. It's crazy. Police turn up. A guy and a girl. We tell the guys to quiet down because they're all being loud. They obviously on the old toot, you know, the old stuff. So they're all wow, aggressive. And then they tell the police, I was like, yo, chill, guys, the feds are here, man. Just like, relax. He goes, fuck the police. And the police looked at them and looked at us and went, fuck the police, yeah? Carry on. And just backed up. And let us keep fighting, bruv. We started laying into them for a good another 10 seconds. You know?
Oh, that's
and then they step in with the mace and they like back them up. A few of them got arrested because they wouldn't shut up. Yeah. But yeah, that fight anyway.
Yeah,
I was like 19, so it was a long time ago.
So you say that those guys were drinking the nose beers, as they say.
The old nose beers, man.
The old nose beers.
Because you hit them, and they're like messed up, and they get up like zombies, mate. Honestly, and I've worked the doors and had like a bunch of situations, but when you hit someone that's on the old nose beer, yeah, they normally wake up from the dead like no problem.
Like the Undertaker.
Like this crazy.
Oh man, awesome story.
Yeah. They're like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, mate, honestly, it's so fun.
I love it.
I can explain it way better another time, but yeah, that was it briefly.
No, that was plenty. That was fantastic. Number 3, what is your go-to app when you're sitting on the shitter?
Instagram, sadly, I think now.
Yeah, Instagram. It ain't the old
Instagram, man. Yeah.
You used to have different apps that I do, but honestly, I would say that it's probably Instagram.
There you go.
I hate Instagram so much, and I'm going to tell you because I'll
tell
go.
Why,
and
Mike.
this is why I'm going to tell you. This is exactly what happens, right? So here I am. I'm like, we got Jake Bostwick's coming on. What has he been up to? You know, so I'm on Instagram. I open it up. If you hit that magnifying glass, that's it. Your whole day is destroyed, at least for some of it, right? Because I hit that magnifying glass. I'm supposed to be putting in J-A-K. You think I put in a single fucking letter? No, not one letter went into that thing. And I have all these pictures. And you know what it is? 75% of them are just big asses. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing here? So then, of course, I'm like trying to put J. And I'm like, no, well, I guess I'll just look at one, and then that's it. And then the next thing I know, I'm down like a rabbit hole of all sorts of crap, and I can't get. And I didn't do any Jake Bostwick. You know, I end up having to look it up in 2 hours. Then I'm okay. Now I'm going to type his name in. Like, fuck, what the hell?
Yeah, no, you can really fall into a rabbit hole with that shit.
It's unbelievable.
I have to say, I don't. What is really nice, I barely see arses anymore on my shit. Like, I don't pay attention to. I give a shit. Like, I'm occupied with my girl. I don't really work like that. So like, just it. So I don't see it, and when I don't look at it, you don't like any of it. You don't get to see it. So now all my shit is like cats,
fights,
food, fighting, and kids getting hurt.
That's what you got to do. You have to filter everything out, because then you get all the bullshit out of there.
Shit. Like, I like the funny. I like to be. I don't care about looking at tits and ass. Shit.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Mike, you got to change your algorithm.
Can do you, son. If
that's what happened.
That works for you.
They did it to me. It's not even my fault.
Blame them. Blame them for like swamping it in your face.
Yeah,
it's fucking Zuckerberg. It's all Zuckerberg's fault. Zuckerberg bought Instagram and ruined Mike's life.
It's unbelievable. I follow all these fighters. You think one fighter thing comes up? No way.
All right, go ahead, Mike. Number 4.
When was the last time you feared for your life?
Feared for my life.
For a split second after you guys said "fuck the cops." No, they're cool.
No, I didn't fear for my life. I fear for theirs. They got fucked up. When I last feared for my life.
Never. Have you ever feared for your life?
I'm trying to think, actually, honestly. No, I've had a few like couple scares, like accidents or like dumb shit. No fear in my life. Yeah, I can't even like really. Last time I think it might have been a car accident. I hydroplaned off of 95, like a 4-lane road highway. At like 78 miles an hour. I was going down the motorway facing the other way. Like, damn! I was on the phone to my dad at the time, and like I must have scared the absolute shit out of him, because he thought I was legit dying. I was like, fuck, I didn't know what was going to happen. I was going to bounce off, get hit by anything else. I just slid off and boom, hit the wall. My dad was like, Jay. I was like, Dad, I'm good. The car's not, but I'm all right.
So not only were you fearing for your life, your dad was on the other end of the phone fearing for your life. So that's a double banger.
I scarred my dad for life. And now I think back on it, it's like, if I ever have a child, if and when I have a child, and I'm like, they call me up and they're over on the phone to me, and I think they're almost literally going to die on the phone. Like, yo, I wouldn't even want that as an experience. So I apologize, Dad. I'm really sorry for giving you that.
PTSD, man. I'm sorry.
Yo, I'm gonna add to that real quick.
Yeah.
4 minutes later, my dad was like, Jake, get out of the car, whatever, blah, blah, don't stay in the car. So I'll get out of the car. I'm standing on top of the hard shoulder, like the concrete separating one way and the other way of 95. It's a 4-lane or 5-lane road. Yes, I'm standing on it, looking down at my car. An ambulance pulls up maybe 20 yards behind my vehicle, but like the traffic's coming down here and the ambulance is over here. My car is parked here, and then a fire truck comes and parks behind my car. Within 4 minutes, I FaceTime my dad. I was like, look, Dad, I'm safe, whatever. A car comes off. Bang! Straight at the back of the
ambulance?
No, the fire truck.
Damn.
Straight under the fire truck. And the ambulance that was there for me gets out, gets the stretcher, because he's like, mate, the front of the car was buried underneath the thing, mate. So it wasn't just me. Like, it was a really bad bit of street, and it was wet as fudge, mate. It was like a dip in the thing. So he's like, boom, just like going. It was just like,
damn.
Later. So that was pretty scary, I ain't gonna lie. And there weren't, luckily, much cars next to me at the time, so I didn't hit anything.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so I was pretty scared then, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's fast,
I'm just sliding and I can't do nothing. I'm like,
and you came out, dude, you came out of that injury free?
Yeah, I was straight.
Wow, that's crazy. Man. All right, last question for you, then we'll let you go. If you were given $10 million today, someone handed you $10 million and said, here you go, what's the first thing you're buying?
I would probably order a nice takeaway and celebrate that I'm now fucking rich.
There
I
it
would
is.
sit
Very
and
good.
order a meal,
Look out for them taxes, though.
some beers, and be like, I'll just use that 10 mil that I just got real quick. But
Get a
no, if I
nice
had to
meal.
drop it on a serious item, and that was I'd get myself a house and just pay it off, get everything sorted as good as I could, and nothing even too crazy. I'm not worried about anything big and fancy, but like
Would
just
you-
nice.
Would you still fight on August 20th if somebody
I would
handed you
still
10
fight.
million
Fuck
today?
yeah.
Hell
I'll
yeah,
still
man. Fuck yeah.
Bro, like, listen, I legit, and I've always said that I don't never fight for the money. Bro, I'm like 40 fights in and I'm making peanuts, brother. Like, yo, I make no money. Really. I really don't. We get paid what we get paid, and I do my best to show up and just fight. So I feel I've invested so much of my time and effort into this that I feel one day it will pay off.
Nice.
And that's that. And I'm following that and chasing that because I know I've got the ability to do that. And yeah, for me, I never fought for the money, bro. I don't care.
And I truly believe that when you say that, like one day it's all going to pay off. You're still young. You're young as fuck. And even though you've been fighting pro for 17 years and you're only 32 years old or something like that, right? That's just bananas to me. It's nuts. You fought more than most people will ever fight, and right now you're only 32. So, man, August 20th, you and Fish Gold, Wembley Arena, in front of your friends and family. We wish you the best of luck. Do you want a minute to shout anybody out, or do you have any few things you want to say?
Yeah, honestly, mate, just for anyone that's going to tune in or come down, it's going to be an absolute, amazing display. I want to thank obviously First Round Management, Ricky especially, helping me with any little things I need help with and stuff. My missus has been super supportive. Everyone's been super cool. Just much love. Just August 20th is going to be an absolute movie. Please do not miss out. Follow my Instagram. I post my life on there, so see what I get up to. And much love.
Hey, Big Ben wants to know how it ends. How does the fight end? You got a prediction?
Honestly, like the same way as he's going to be thinking, I believe I'm going to knock him out, and he's going to be thinking the same thing. I think it's going to be I believe it's going to be an early fight. I think it's going to be a short fight. I think within the first 2 rounds, I'll catch him. Yeah.
There you go, Big Ben.
That's simple, mate. It's really that simple. Just turn up, do what I've got to do, mate. Walk out. Yeah, no.
There it is. Awesome, man. Thank you very much, dude. Great stories with us tonight. I enjoyed talking with you as always. Best of luck, August 20th. Mike, you got anything else for Jake?
No, man. Thank you so much. Good luck in your fight. Take it easy.
Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Guys, whoever else is following, follow these guys' YouTube. And obviously they're going to be posting and sharing that anyway. But yeah, get on these guys' stuff. They're putting awesome information out there for the people. Thank you.
All right. Take it easy, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, love, guys. Much love. Thank you.
Take care.
Love.
There he is. Jake, Brutal Bostwick. Man, those were awesome fucking stories from him, man. The brawl, the pub brawl, and the car accident. Jesus. That was fantastic.
Knocking out my guys.
He said, stop knocking out my guys.
Stop knocking out my guys.
2 fantastic guests tonight, John Dodson, Jake Bostwick. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Man, that was fun. We had some news earlier before and we thank you guys for coming on. We thank their management for hooking us up with them guys too. Jake is a real one. He says the man himself, Ryan Perez. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you in the chat. Chevy Bridges, Kevin Smith, Susan Walker, Big Ben, Amy, everybody who's in there dropping comments. I'm sorry if we weren't putting them up there. Like sometimes we get lost in the conversation and we don't throw up any comments, but we do our best to give you guys the best interviews that we can. You know what I mean? Even though we're not the best show on the internet, because Hank is, and he reminds and he likes to remind us every single show in the comments.
That's why. See, that's what I would do if I was the best show. I would go to someone else's comments and put that I'm the best show to advertise on their show that wasn't as good as mine. That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
That's what you do. You go to the other
shows that suck, and then I go and I get like their people to watch my show. Yeah. That's good. That's what I would do.
Yeah, man. We love you, Hanky Poo. Anyways, hey, before we go for the evening, we're gonna wrap it up in a second, but right before, hold on, Amy's trying to show me. My wife's trying to show me a message. She wrote it on a cardboard box right behind the light that shines on my face, and it's literally impossible for me to read that thing because the light is right there,
You should
and
just
she's
grab
holding
the cardboard and then read it
it's
like this.
black. It's black, like Bic pen ink on a fucking brown box. Can you just tell me what it is? Oh,
Just hold it up and show her.
oh, here's what she wrote.
I want to know.
She said, look at, can you guys even read
Oh,
it?
subscribe. Yeah, I wrote.
Yeah, you can't read that. Make sure you guys are subscribing to our YouTube channel. We're getting all the follows on Instagram and Facebook, and we love you guys for all of that. But like, we're really trying to build the YouTube channel.
That's right. You know what you can do? Use this right here. Scan that old QR code. Boom, boom, boom. You go to our link tree.
Yeah, bada bing,
Follow
bada boom.
all our stuff. Like and share. Support your boys. Get everything out there so we can bring more stuff to you, because we'd like to do this every day of our lives and just get out of the military and forget all that shit, because
We
this is way
would.
better. This is way
Now-
more better.
And way more
than that.
better. Way more better, and our English is way more awesomer than anybody that talks on the internet, because we're good talkers. Anyways, so before we go, we saw somebody posted something on the interwebs about a Police Gazette title that's on the line for another organization over in England. So these guys, Podmore versus Barrett on the BKB event, right? Got it right here on my phone. Fighting for the cruiserweight diamond belt, the Police Gazette cruiserweight diamond belt, and I am pretty goddamn sure that resides around the waist of Lorenzo Hunt. So with that said, I believe Lorenzo is being stripped of his Police Gazette belt so that these two guys can fight for it. Now, let me ask you this, Mike.
The weight classes are weird, though, you know?
If the reigning champion that holds a belt does not defend it, is not given the opportunity to defend it, how does that belt mean anything? I'm only asking that because when these two guys fight for it, they know that there was already a guy holding it. Right?
Yes.
What do you think about that? I think it's very weird, man.
It's weird. Everyone knows it's weird. It's a whole odd situation. You know, I don't know the background of it all. I just think it's kind of weird. It's supposed to be like every organization belt umbrella over everything, but it's not. It's not. It can't be, because it's if he's not defending. But here's the thing: now he's going to be champion emeritus or whatever it is, but he's not going to go and fight in BKB. So he's not going to be able to defend the belt. I mean, who knows? I can't tell the future, but it doesn't seem like that's ever going to happen. So I don't know. These guys aren't going to jump over to try to grab that belt, because especially since he is the champion in BKFC. So, you know what I mean? Now he's going to He's going to try to follow that belt. It's not going to happen. So it's going to end up being over there. And I don't know. It's just all of those,
I guess all of those
that belts are going to end up in the other organizations. And then that'll just be it.
So I would just be all you Misfit Nation peeps out there that are diehard Misfit supporters, be ready for her Police Gazette belt to go bye-bye, right? Or did she even have it? Did she have it? Didn't she have it? Or
she does.
And also Arnold Adams.
Yep.
I would expect Arnold Adams' belt to be gone soon too.
Gone.
So listen, the belts that matter now to these guys and to the ones that we're covering are the BKFC belts, and it's exciting to see the BKFC building very stout divisions to compete for all of these belts, and it's exciting. And we got a belt on the line this month, August 27th, Christine Faria versus Taylor Starling, and we're looking to get those guys on our show next week. We got a big show for you guys tomorrow night. We got Joe Elmore and Sam Shoemaker, who will both be on that London card on August 20th. Joe Elmore, of course, is going to be taking on Connor Turney, and Sam Shoemaker makes his return to fight Mick Terrell in Mick's hometown. So we'll be talking to them tomorrow night. Make sure you guys are tuned in. And that pretty much does it for the evening. Thank you to John Dodson and Jake Bostwick. Mike, do you have anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Hey, I'm good to go. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Great show tomorrow. Great show tonight. Great show all the time. I love it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.